give a lot of credit to William and Mary. They did a heck of a job imposing their will on us and executing their game plan. I just thought we didn't come out with the right energy and toughness, and I'll take the blame for that. I didn't think our fight was quite there. They came out, they were really physical with us on the defensive end. We left a lot of chippies on the rim, on the backboard. And then on the other end, we didn't provide enough resistance. And that's something that we've talked about all year. I thought that the game plan that we wanted to force on those guys, I don't think that we executed it like we needed to. I thought that they were able to get paint touches, and they were getting in the paint and making plays, whether it was for themselves or for their teammates. And then on the glass, I thought they really just out-toughed us. Like I said, give a lot of credit to them. They did a really good job, imposing their will on us.
Yeah, question for Coach Siddle. Just use the chat feature. Raise your hand. All right. First one from Jerry Beach. Go ahead, Jerry.
Hey, Coach. 2 questions. I know it's just a few minutes after the season ended, but can you describe what it was like to watch your players go through that season and the challenges it presented physically and mentally, not just for the players, but for the coaches as well?
Yeah. Hey, Jerry, I appreciate you. It was tough. It was tough. We went into it, we didn't know what to expect. So, the first time things happened for us, it was just, okay, how do we figure this out? How do we get through this and help our guys get through it mentally? And then after it kept happening, I think overall, it just took a mental toll on our guys. For us coaches, we've been through adversity and we kind of understand, and, we know how to get through adversity, but trying to care for our guys and make sure they were okay mentally, was challenging. And I thought we went through a few pauses in the preseason, and then during the season, we went through a couple. And I just thought that last time I could just kind of feel them, not as excited, or, mentally they were just, starting to check out a little bit. So we had to try to reel them back in. And I think we got there about 85%, but the rest of the way we didn't quite get there. But it was challenging. We learned a lot about them. We learned a lot about our program. It's a lot of positives that we can take out of it. We were able to evaluate every aspect of the program, and I think we'll be better moving forward.
Do you think that mental toll can be understood by those who didn't play this year or coach this year, but by anyone outside of locker rooms in the 340 odd programs that did play this year?
Not to the magnitude of people who went through it. I don't. I think you have to go through it and experience it to really understand how tough and how much of a mental toll it takes on you. It's a mental battle for sure, but physically it does some damage to you as well. You're going, where you're sitting down for 14 days a day, you're trying to get back in shape. Every time you go on pause, you're trying to get back in shape. So that's a battle as well. So I think you have to go through it to really actually understand the mental and physical toll that it takes on you.
And lastly, for me, every season when it ends abruptly, it ends suddenly. Does this end of this season, given all that's gone on, does this ending feel different than the other endings you've experienced as a coach?
No. I mean, it's tough. I feel for my guys, the seniors that are moving on, and I feel bad for them. But anytime you lose, especially for me and my staff, it's you always take it hard. You always take it hard. I'm hopeful that after this we can get back to being somewhat normal and have a normal season next season.
Thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Jerry.
Next question is from Dan Spears. Go ahead, Dan.
Hey, Coach. Such a rare night from Mike. How, what were you guys trying to do to keep him up, to keep everybody else up? Like you said, a lot of shots that you guys have made. didn't go early, and it just seemed the whole thing got thrown off from there.
Yeah. Hey, Dan. Mike just, he missed, I want to say, his first 7 shots, and then he was just out of it. I don't think his energy was where it needed to be. I don't think his focus was where it needed to be. I just think he was just a little out of it. I thought he let his offense just affect his overall energy. So, we talked to the guys and tried to get him back going. But it's him being our leader. They kind of feed off of him, and I thought it kind of bled through our whole team, and our energy just wasn't where it needed to be.
What happened with the face mask? I saw it in the pictures from practice yesterday, and he started the game with it, and I think it made it maybe 2 timeouts before he ditched it.
Yeah, he never got used to it. It was uncomfortable for him, so he decided to roll without it. He couldn't really see, couldn't really breathe like he wanted to. It was just uncomfortable for him, so he decided not to go with it.
Did that happen during the Elon game, or was that in practice this week?
It was in practice, but he's fine though.
Okay. No, I mean, he played 30 some minutes. It was just tried, but just one of those. How do you walk into the offseason? You've got, Jalen just coming off of surgery. You've got seniors that are making decisions. Normally in offseason, you can already start assessing where you are, and it doesn't feel like you're quite at that point yet.
Yeah, well, we've been evaluating, and we'll go give them a couple weeks off, and we'll start our meetings coming up here next week to see what we need to do moving forward. We'll meet as a staff and meet with our players as well. And then we'll immediately start, trying to get our team ready for next year in terms of our roster number, and we'll start working in a couple weeks to have a good off season.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Dan.
Got a question from Jeremy Sullivan. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Hey, Coach, assuming that this upcoming season resembles more of a normal season, how excited, I guess, are you? I know you're just coming off a loss in the tournament, but turning the page, how excited are you just to have somewhat of a normal off season with the guys, and really being able to set a foundation that you weren't able to do necessarily, considering the COVID pandemic and all that threw the preseason schedule off?
Hey, Jeremy. Yeah, I'm hopeful that we can get back to normal so we can have a normal off season. I'm excited about it because, in my opinion, I think that's where you can, win a championship. We have to have a really productive and non-distractive off season. We have to, that's important as we continue to build a program and, try to get back to the level that we know we can get to. Our off season is everything for us. So, like I said, we'll give them a couple weeks off, and then we'll start getting ready for that.